want to give a lot of credit to the people who run Ben & Jerry's. They decided to quadruple down on DEI. They aren't going to just speak about ice cream. They're not going to stay in their lane because they love the BIPOCs and such.
Stick to ice cream. Not gonna lie, we get this one a lot.
Yeah, we're in the ice cream business, but we've always been about much more than just ice cream. We use our power, our privilege, our platform, and our relationship with our fans to advocate for progressive social change. So no, we're not just gonna stick to ice cream.
And we're never gonna stop trying to dismantle white supremacy, end the climate crisis, or fight for our democracy.
Cool. So this is all about the heart, the love they've got for people, that's white supremacy thing. Let's talk about that. What would white supremacists' true knuckle-dragging, thumb-sucking, belly-itching, basement-dwelling, mushroom-head white supremacists actually want? You know, dead black people. I mean, that's the sad truth. That's what they would want. So what would they do? They do things that harm black people. So these guys are full on against white supremacy. So I thought I would take a look and see what are they doing to help stop two of the biggest causes of death of black people. So I got myself a cup of coffee and I sat down and I went to their website. And I'll show you what I found out in just a second. The coffee I chose shouldn't be a surprise. It's Bone Frog coffee. Specifically, my favorite roast of theirs is called Goat Locker. And this is a dark French roast, but it doesn't have any of that bitterness of that other big company's coffee. You know, the other big company who hates our values, that big company. It is 3 years in the making. It is smooth. It is somewhat nutty, a little bit of a chocolate taste to it. And it goes great with a little bit of whole milk, or I often use oat milk for nutritional reasons, just so you know, oat juice. Don't want to offend my friends, dairy farmers, oat juice. The story behind Goat Locker, well, go read about it. Go to bonefrogcoffee.com/Todd. No, it's a story from the Navy, which makes sense since the founder and CEO of Bone Frog Coffee is a former Navy SEAL who served our country in 3 deployments. Every bag says God, country, team. But that story about the goat, I don't have time to tell it. Man, it's an amazing story. You should go look at it because, I mean, you want equal bonefrogcoffee.com/Todd to get 10% off your first purchase, 15% off subscription coffee, and you can go learn about the amazing tradition at Bone Frog Coffee and the Goat Locker. Out of respect for Ben & Jerry's clear love of the BIPOCs, let them finish, and then I'll tell you about what happened when I went to their website.
And no, we're not going to stop fighting laws that restrict trans rights, ban books, and roll back abortion protections.
Caring about that stuff, doing something about it, and supporting communities who've been directly impacted by it is part of our DNA, and it has been since we opened up our first scoop shop in Burlington, Vermont back in 1978.
Ben & Jerry were 2 best friends who loved making ice cream. But for them, the only reason to be in business was to do business differently.
Whether we're working with activists in St. Louis to close a racist and inhumane jail, or working to restore the right to vote for people who were formerly incarcerated in Florida, or turning up a delicious new flavor in support of refugee rights in the UK, being an activist company is who we are.
And we know our fans wouldn't want it any other way. Because while we love making the best possible ice cream in the best possible way, the world needs more than just great ice cream.
We don't pretend to always know the answers, but we partner with and take the lead from activists and allies who do. And we hope you'll join us in taking action to support them. That's just who we are and who we've been for 45 years, and that's why we'll never.
It said Black Lives Matter. It said it. Right there. So I went to their website and I decided to search the phrase nutrition. And when I searched the phrase nutrition, look what popped up. An autofill. Thank you. Think you know how the criminal justice system works? Take it from our partner advancement project. What? It's not about nutrition. So I tried again. Find out how we're daring to be different with low carbon daily. That's not nutrition. Quiz on criminal justice. And it went further down, and I found an article. Oh, it's right there. How to introduce your dog to desserts? Your dog should not eat desserts. Dogs should not eat dairy, and they should not eat sugar or chocolate. So there's child poverty. But wait, none of this is nutrition. So I went and I thought, I wonder if there's anything I could find about the nutrition in a cup of Ben & Jerry's or a container. Serving size, 2/3 of a cup, 3 servings per container, 1,390 calories. In the full container, 97 grams of fat. That's 124% what the average American should have. A daily, 275% of saturated fat that you should have on a daily basis. Protein, all of 27 grams. Carbohydrates, 112 grams. And then if you look at the actual contents of their ice cream, what's actually in it, cream, skim milk, liquid sugar, sugar water, peanuts, sugar, coconut oil, eggs, yolks. So there's a reason that they don't talk about nutrition. But wait, it said Black Lives Matter. I didn't know this. Did you know this? That so-called minorities, I hate the phrase minority because I think it's dehumanizing. In the eyes of Jesus Christ, in the body of Christ, there's neither Greek nor Jew, nor servant nor master. We're all part of one body, and that's how Christians are to view the body of Christ. So I find it utterly dehumanizing to say minority. It's a division tactic, but that's what they call it. Minorities, and this is from the Diabetes Association, minorities are at greater risk for type 2 diabetes. Here's why. Diabetes isn't an equal opportunity disease. It hits some groups harder than others. American Indians develop type 2 diabetes at nearly twice the rate Caucasians do. Latinos, Asians, and African Americans are also at higher risk. Now, you could talk a lot about dietary choices that lead to diabetes. One of them would be drinking a lot of alcohol because of the way that metabolizes in your body and screws you up and can lead to type 2 diabetes. Drinking a lot of soda pops. But if you're drinking a lot of soda pops and having a lot of alcohol, you're probably not that nutritious. And so an occasional ice cream might become a daily thing. In fact, when I weighed almost 400 pounds, and I got the photos to show it, ice cream was about a daily thing. I mean, you got to have the ice cream after dinner, and then before dinner, and then at lunch, just an ice cream bar. There are 60 foods to avoid to end up getting diabetes. And you can go through and look at these, and guess what's in all of them? Sugar, 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 sugar. Guess what Ben & Jerry's sells? Fat and sugar, fat and sugar, fat and sugar. The number one causes of death are the top causes of death of black people. Diseases of the heart. Malignant neoplasms, that's cancer, accidental unintentional injuries, cardiovascular disease. Right there, it says diabetes. Would you look at that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth out of the 10 tops of causes of death for black people. What does Ben & Jerry's make? Pints of diabetes. Maybe if Ben & Jerry's really cares, they might help people with this. So I searched their website for diabetes. I learned about Jerry Garcia, and black Americans are disproportionately impacted by, it's right there on the screen, right there. So to the people at Ben & Jerry's who are virtue signaling their deep, deep love for the BIPOCs, is your product helping them? Truly? Maybe you should go on a national campaign if you're not going to stop making diabetes by pint. Maybe you should go on a national campaign to inform Black Americans that they need to eat far less sugar or maybe remove it from their diets. Because you know what, Ben and Jerry's? Type 2 diabetes can be reversed. Diet and exercise in proper amounts has been shown in clinical paper after clinical paper to reduce diabetes. You have a platform. You say you have privilege. You've got the money. Let's see that national campaign for Black people to eliminate sugar from their diets. And don't come at me with we've got sugar-free ice cream. You have ice cream that has fake sweeteners in it that does the same thing to your blood sugar as sugar. And in combination with fat, which is what you sell, it causes your body to store fat. Look within. Isn't that what the New Agers say? Maybe the answer comes from within.